Hi, everyone. We hope you are having a wonderful day out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Mr. Tiska with you once again. And once again, I'm joined by Mrs. Kraft. Mrs. Kraft, how are you today?
I'm just doing ducky.
So am I, actually. Very nice. And along with Mrs. Kraft, we also have Miss Hoff with us. Miss Hoff, how are you?
I'm golden.
Oh, I see what you did there. Very nice. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be learning about Chapter 11, Section 4, which is the California Gold Rush. Now, the big idea for today is that the California Gold Rush changed the future of the West.
And the main ideas are that the discovery of gold brought settlers to California, and that the gold rush had a lasting impact on California's population and economy. So main idea number 1, the discovery of gold brought settlers to California.
Yes, so basically it was widely known that there was gold in California, so thousands of people rush out west to get their hands on it. Now, one group of people who travels out west is the Donner Party. Now, the Donner Party was a collection of families that were trying to get to California. Now, on their way to California, their wagon actually breaks down in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and they are stuck there for months and months and months. And eventually, they eat all their food. And then they eat all their pack animals. And then they start eating bark and branches. And eventually, they start eating each other. Cannibalism. Now, there will be survivors of the Donner Party, and you guys will actually learn more about that if you watch the video that we posted today. But definitely check it out. It is quite delicious.
Oh.
Now, the Donner Party got sidetracked because they tried to take a shortcut, and it clearly didn't work out for them. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moral of that story is it's not always in your best interest to try to cut corners. So when you're doing your work for us, you should definitely go back and research the answers, because you know you're allowed to look. Don't just rely on your memory, because it doesn't always get you the best grades. Now, getting the best, that's what people thought that they were going to have when they went to California. So gold was found in a place called Sutter's Mill. And once the word got out, everybody rushed to California to go pan for gold. Oh, my darling, met a miner, 49er, oh, my darling, Clementine. Yes, that song you learned when you're little kids has to do with the gold rush. And it has to do with people that would actually pan for gold, which I have to be honest is a terrible way to spend your days. And I can say that because I've been there, done that, didn't get a t-shirt, but I do have pictures to show you. So my father-in-law, believe it or not, his hobby is panning for gold. So we went out there on a hot summer day and he taught us how to pan for gold. So you start by going through these riverbeds, you get the dirt, and you have, now we used plastic trays. Back then they had silver pans, which were ridiculously expensive. So you would fill it up first with the soil, then you would fill it with water, so you're bending back down. And in the next picture you could see he fills it with water and it makes this lovely muddy substance. And you kind of slosh it around and then you send it back into the water. And you do this over and over and over again until you get left with these little tiny particles on the bottom. And if you're really lucky, you actually might end up with some gold.
All that gold.
For a day's worth of work. And what you don't see is the bugs, the fact that there are snakes in the water, the fact that it's back-breaking. And now the people that have done this have traded all of their belongings to go out west. They've left it all behind and they think that they're going to strike it rich. But truth be told, very few people struck it rich. Most people lost everything that they had. They lived in these camps that were overcrowded. They were incredibly violent. If you've ever heard of the term vigilante, there wasn't enough lawmen out there, so people started to take it into their own hands.
And as crazy as it does sound, this was very common. Fights would break out all the time. Because think about it, people are desperate. They spent their entire life savings on this trip to try and make it rich. So when they're out there all day panning for gold, and then somebody close to them finds some, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to start a fight and try to get it. And they're going to say, no, that's mine. That's not yours.
Yeah. And the people that got the richest in these mining camps were actually the people that were selling, the merchants that were selling supplies to them. Let's be real. Flour was costing $40 a barrel. The picks and shovels were $10 each. The tin pans that you would need to pan for gold were $30. A dozen eggs, kids, was over $10 for 12 eggs. I mean, it was kind of crazy.
And it's very similar to what's going on now with the pandemic. I mean, look at the prices that people are paying for hand sanitizer and toilet paper and things like that, because the demand is so high and the supply is so low that's why the prices are going up.
And we won't even charge you more money for this economics lesson, because the whole concept of supply and demand is when your supply is low and the demand is high, the prices go up. That's like when you've tried to buy different gaming systems at Christmas time or for holidays, the price of it is driven up because people can't find it.
Yeah.
So that's supply and demand, and that's what's taking over in these camps. So you've got high crime, you have people losing everything, people exploiting each other and selling things for crazy prices, and of course, terrible, terrible overcrowding.
For sure. So along with that, this lure of gold, this lure of getting rich, attracted miners from all over the world, specifically the Chinese. So many Chinese men came in hopes of making it rich and then returning back to China with all this money that they've made from finding gold. Many Americans did not really welcome the Chinese, but the Chinese still worked in the gold mines. They even opened up their own businesses and held other jobs. In 1853, California placed a high monthly tax on foreign miners. So they would take money from the miners, from the Chinese miners, and kind of make money off of them more than they would on American citizens. And that the legal system favored Americans over the immigrants. And really what the Chinese do is they come and they mine for gold, and they eventually build a railroad as well. So in 1849 alone, about 20,000 immigrants arrived in California from China, Europe, Mexico, and other parts of South America. Main idea number 2, the gold rush had a lasting impact on California's population and economy.
Yeah, California's population pretty much skyrockets, so much so that in 1850 it actually becomes the 31st state, and businesses are going to grow all throughout California. I know Ms. Hoff just mentioned about the Chinese being involved in the local business, but also there was another immigrant, Levi Strauss, who, I don't know how many of you wear Levi jeans. He actually started his business during the gold rush. Miners would actually wear jeans because they were tougher pants because of the day's work. I mean, you just saw what Mrs. Kraft went through with her panning for gold. So they really came in handy. So his business, look at all that gold.
Look at those jeans.
Look at those. See, that's someone who's prepared right there. So businesses are going to go through in California. California is going to become the 31st state, and the population is going to skyrocket. And I believe that is it for us today. Mrs. Kraft, do you have anything you want to add?
I just want to say, maybe you don't want to eat your lunch while you watch the Donner Party movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be fine. Just make sure you have some baby carrots. You'll be fine.
Yum. And some tree bark.
Miss Hoff, anything else you want to add?
Nope. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Have a great day, everyone. Make sure you stay golden out there, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.